Hey guys, how's it going? My name is NinjaZombie, and today we'll do some more Sakura Spirit. So let's continue on with our story. I just barely finished recording the last episode. Now we're recording this episode. So we're gonna continue on. Apparently we're gonna go see the other spirit that sent me here. So following the directions Mako had received, we set off from the mansion. Okay. The three of us made our way through the forest, somehow managing to stay en route with the help of the familiar. It didn't take us long before we arrived at the place where Michiko had fallen into the river. They say that a cautious fox is worth two, so we made it past the river without further ado. By the way, I'm sorry if my voice keeps changing for like everything. I just do random voices. So according to these familiars, the shrine is supposed to be up ahead. My gaze had fallen upon a series of steps that went up the hill from the dirt path, a gate standing at the top. Hell no, what could she want from us? She never summons us. She always bumps into us by chance. Why has she called for us, I wonder? You're so silly. I'm sure it's nothing to be worried about. Maybe she has found a way to stop my headaches. Now that would truly be wonderful, but it's no use guessing. With a stride of confidence in my steps, I swiftly climbed the stairs, the girls quickly following in my wake. One was mimicking my own bold steps, while the other followed with small, slow paces. Come on, Onisama. Why don't we make a game of it? Take your mind off of it. We could play Hop Along Dandy. Hop ha! Miko-chan. The spunky girl hopped past me, giving out commands that the older girls seemed to be following. They both moved one step at a time, either hopping, stepping, or jumping to the next step. When one fumbled, the other took another step, and the command then switched to the other girl. The panic that had almost set in had seemingly vanished as Michiko continued the silly little game with her sister. The two soon reached the top of the steps, and a voice I could have sworn I heard somewhere before resounded in the air. How adorable. Mako-chan hasn't changed a bit in all those years. Still hopping around on my doorstep like a bunny. Eep! At the sound of the voice, Michiko let out a cry of surprise, her body trembling slightly as its owner revealed herself. The one responsible for Michiko's reaction seemed to be a familiar figure that hopped up. Yeah, it's the one you talked to, you fat fuck. Anyways, that hopped off the gate with ease and landed gracefully before us, her tail sweeping back and forth through the air. And Machi-tan, I'm so delighted to see you again. It's been a while since we last played. Have you been well? Aitsu-chan, we were playing a really fun game just now. Hello, Tsuri-tama. We're doing well, thank you. It did look like a very cute game. Then again, it might have been because two really cute girls were playing it. Still, I'm surprised you didn't join them, human. Couldn't keep up with their steps. I was more interested in meeting you than playing some game. How unfortunate to ignore the appeal that games hold. It isn't healthy to always look upon life with such a serious and worrisome attitude. Isn't that right, dear Machi-chan? That's not fair, Tsu-chan. Takani didn't know the rules, and it wouldn't be fair to bring someone in halfway. If he learns how to play, I'm sure he'll join next time. It's not healthy. The girl took a deep breath and closed her eyes, composing herself. Mako's right. Takakun has yet to learn the game. It's not his fault. I'm just teasing him, dearest. No need to get so worked up. But I'm glad that you're all here. One thing surprises me, however. What is it? The fact that your precious Takakun is here with you. Doesn't it strike you both as odd? A human like him, being so friendly with spirits. Last time I recall seeing such a thing was when Machi-tan was but a toddler. This has me curious. Why is he here with you rather than some of his own kind? That's the guards from the village. They arrested him because of our actions, and well, he helped us escape and was arrested instead. And then we rescued him and allowed him to stay with us. It's fine. I swear. He's a nice human, and he seems to be not from around here though. You need not to take offense, my dear. I simply find it rather fascinating to see a human define a spirit. I'm well aware that he's not from the village. I take little interest in the closed-minded humans of this realm. So your assumptions are correct. The boy is not a being of this world. And yet, he might end up playing an important role, whether he likes it or not. I already told Mako-chan and Michiko-san this before, but it doesn't matter to me whether they're spirits or not. I like this place. That said, I'd still like to get back to my own world. I have an important tournament to prepare for. Ah, right, your upcoming battle. Let's take this discussion inside, shall we? We will await your return, Takakun. It seemed like the sister could no longer accompany me. Feeling nervous, my steps grew a bit hesitant as I followed the spirit inside. Here we are, the place of our very first conversation. I guess now would be a good time to introduce myself. My name is Tsuri, and just like the two companions out there, I am one of the spirits that inhabit this realm. But you're different from them, aren't you? How observant of you. Yes, there is a difference between myself and most other spirits. Spirits abide by a rather simple hierarchy. The stronger the spirit, the higher the standing. Then again, strength is often associated with experience. So, what, you're saying that you're an ancient being or something? I wouldn't go that far, Takahiro. It's rude to question a girl's age. But let's move on to the subject of your desire to return to your own world. You're going to send me back? Great. I'm afraid sending you back is beyond my capabilities. Oh, hold on. Weren't you the one who sent me here in the first place? I'm afraid that wasn't the case. It was your wish that sent you here. During our first encounter, I did mention that this place was special, didn't I? Now that I thought about it, she did mention something along those lines. I briefly closed my eyes, trying to recall what she had said before. This is a place like no other. That's right. Having spent time with the fox spirits, you likely already know that there is magic in this world. However, it is not as though Mako-chan herself possesses said magic. Rather, her body is simply able to connect with it. That sounds a bit complicated. The bodies of people who are capable of using magic create a special kind of link to the magic of this world. Try to imagine it like this. The magic within this world flow through several gateways. We commonly refer to them as mana gateways. Those who possess the ability to use magic draw on the mana flowing from these gates. A different term for these people is mana receivers. So you're also drawing on this magic? Ha! No, my boy. I'm not borrowing the magic of this realm. I'm powerful enough to perform magic on my own. However, this shrine is located on a mana gateway, which could explain why the shrine in your world is said to be capable of granting wishes. Then why can't you use the magic to send me back? Because it is not my magic that brought you here. It's the magic of the shrine, or rather the world itself that pulled you into this realm. So you're saying I'm stuck here forever? Not forever. You simply need to carry out the will of the world. Oh, great. You're saying the world has a will of its own now. And how the hell am I going to find out what it wants me to do? That's what you have me for, silly. I'm the guardian of this shrine, so obviously I know of its intentions. In your case, the task you were given was quite a harsh one. Don't tell me I have to collect wedding sashes and marry my Machi-chan in the process. You wish. Oh, and marry my... sorry, I thought that was the same person. And marry my Machi-chan in the process. You wish. Teasing aside, this region is having its fair share of problems. Spirits and humans have lived apart for a long time, but it always wasn't like this. Wait, spirits have a world of their own? Yes, but that realm has started to merge with this one, causing some spirits to find themselves trapped here. Unfortunately, this happened before the more powerful spirits had the opportunity to reverse the damage done. Does that mean Machiko-san and Mako-chan they don't belong in this world? Although neither of them likely realized this, they were much alike human toddlers when they first arrived in this world. I slowly started to understand the reason why fox spirits and the villagers were on such bad terms. Anyone would be restless if beings from another world they'd never heard of suddenly just showed up at your doorstep. Is that why there's so much tension between them and the villagers? I'm afraid that the fox spirits became the victims of misunderstanding. You see, Machi-chan and Mako-chan aren't the only spirits within this realm. There are others, which has caused things to escalate. You mean there are other fox spirits? Not fox spirits, but other spirits. They were sent into this realm just like the sisters, but unfortunately they were sent rather far from here. While Machi-chan and Mako-chan were close enough for me to care for them, the others weren't so lucky. What do you mean? Did something happen to them? Along with Mako-chan and Machi-chan, four other spirits were sent here when the worlds briefly merged. Unlike the Fox sisters, those four didn't have anyone to watch over them, and as a result, they grew rather spoiled and wild. So what you're saying is, spirits going wild, it sounds like a recipe for trouble. Yes, they grew oblivious of the way human society worked, and their behavior made humans mistake them for monsters. Even now, those girls in their games are mistaken of acts of violence, and as a result, tension arose between the spirits and humans. So, Machiko-san and Mako-chan are discriminated against because of those spirits? You could say that, yes. Why don't you try to stop him? Because I can't leave this forest. I'm the guardian spirit of the shrine. I cannot leave my domain. I couldn't help but wonder what purpose all this talk about spirits served. Could it have had something to do with my finding my way back home? Do you think solving the problem with these spirits could be my ticket out of here? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if dealing with these spirits would solve the problems between the spirits and the humans. It would be difficult to track them down, but there may be an opportunity for you soon. An opportunity? I'm sensing one of them, heading through the forest towards the village. If you can convince Maki-chan and Meiko-chan to help you protect the village, the villagers might be willing to accept them. It makes sense. If Michiko and Meiko were seen protecting the village from a possible threat, they might be forgiven for the panties incident. Do you think it'll work? Only time will tell. For now, you better get the girls and make haste towards the village before the wild spirit causes any more damage. Okay. Nodding my head in agreement, I quickly ran outside, trying to think of how I could convince Michiko and Meiko to help me save the village. Surely they would be better off known as heroes rather than pranksters. However, I doubted that the sisters had feelings of fondness towards the villagers, considering their continued treatments of the two girls. I wonder how he'll solve the challenge set before him. Alright. Once again, I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, be sure to leave me a like down there below. Leave me a comment, tell me what you thought, share this with your friends, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Okay, go turn this on. Oh, it's broken. Do I have to go all the way back? Bro! The fuck was that shit?